Hey everyone, welcome to another math video. For this video, I'll be going over skew as it applies to statistics. Okay, so these are the things I'll be going over. Not very many things, so it should be a pretty short video. It's just going to be an overview of these, not so much going in depth. Okay, so you've probably seen or heard about this. This is called the normal curve. It's called the normal curve because, well, it looks normal and it's symmetrical. So the line you see in the middle, that dashed blue line going up and down, that represents the mean or average and the median, because those are measures of central tendency, and I go over that in a different video, so you can check that out. But in the normal curve, in the middle is where you would find the mean or the median. And if it's a normal distribution like this, where it's symmetrical, then the mean and the median should be the same value. Okay, so you're probably wondering, well, what happens if it's not a normal curve? You get something that looks like this, one of these here. So the one on the left here, this one here, we call that a left skew, and the one on the right, we call this a right skew. So the thing to remember is the skew follows the side with the longer tail. So what I mean by that is, if you look at the ends of the graphs here, you'll notice that one side is you'll notice that one side is longer, right, than the other. So that's what we refer to as the tail, which side has a longer tail. So the skew follows the tail, so this one has a longer tail on the left side, so it's got a left skew. Similarly for this one here, this one's got a longer tail on the right side, so that's a right skew. The other ways you might see these described would be negative or positive skews. So you got more values on the negative side or the left side of the graph. That would be a negative skew, and you got more values on the positive side or the right side of the graph, so that would be a positive skew. So you also notice a different color line this time. So in the last slide, we had just the blue dash line. So this one has kind of like a brown reddish dash line, and that represents the mean. So the outliers really affect the mean. So for this one would have more smaller outliers versus big, because it's pulling the mean towards the smaller values. Similar to this one here, this one has more higher values, so the mean is getting pulled more to the higher values than it is to the smaller values. So that's how outliers, small or large, affects the mean. It pulls the mean in that direction. And I kind of go over this more in my measures of central tendency video, so check that out. Alright guys, well, that's pretty much it. So I mentioned all these things. Normal curve looks like it's a bell-shaped curve. The skew follows the side with the longer tail, and the way I learned it was left and right skew. Newer textbooks will use negative and positive skews. I say use whichever one you feel more comfortable with, whichever one makes more sense for you. So for me, left and right skew make more sense, so I use that. And like I mentioned, the mean is affected by outliers, and more on that in my measures of central tendency video, so check that out. Alright guys, well that's it for this one, and thanks for tuning in. Check out my next one, should be coming out soon. Alright guys, take care.